So what's going on guys, Kate is here and welcome back to a brand new video. For today we are checking out Undecember and we will see if this game is worth playing in 2022. So at the start we will look into this game and we will see how good the combat is, then how does the no class system works, because if you read the description of the game, it says that there are no defined classes, so I'm very excited to explain this even further. And then lastly we will go over the main gameplay features like the zodiac system, the unique and diverse build customization and much more. And then, just before we start, I want to put a quick disclaimer that yes, this video is sponsored, but I'm not getting paid for saying positive or negative things about the game. All that they said is just to give a try to this game and see if I like it. So if at the end of the video you want to try this game out, then just click my link in the description and download Undecember for free now. And with all this said, let's get right into it. So Undecember is a free-to-play hack-and-slash action RPG, in which players are able to customize and create different builds and playstyles by using the endless skill and rune system, which later I will further explain. If we just take a look right from the start, this game looks very high quality. Undecember is built on Unreal Engine 4, so especially if you have a good computer, you will be able to experience high textures of shadows, the character itself, the more you will play, the better it will get looking and much more. Then as far as combat goes, to my surprise, every time I use a skill or just a normal attack, everything feels smooth and the attacks connect. The endgame bosses and even normal enemies each have their own death animations. This game really makes you feel like you're the main character in the story. Then a fun fact is that this game supposedly 90% of all players don't make it to the endgame. Undecember has 11 acts, and the campaign will take you around 100 hours to complete. Normally the campaign is literally just a tutorial, and the game truly starts at the endgame, but not in Undecember. This game has very interesting campaign that is fully voice acted and will progressively get harder. I personally don't want to spend hours just to begin and get to the fun parts of the ARPG, and in Undecember there is none of that. When you start the game, the first few minutes your character will go through a simple storyline where you will be able to get a level 100 character, so then you will be able to see how your character and skills will feel like in the endgame and much more. So then with all the main gameplay mechanics out of the way, now let's take a closer look at the rune system. This is one of the most unique and in-depth systems that you will be able to customize. Skill runes are first equipped on the circle-shaped board called the runecast. After you equip a skill rune, then it becomes available to use on your character. Each skill rune can have up to 6 slots, and we can link them if they are identical color, which are either way green, blue or red. When you link a rune, it will change and improve the effects of your skill. So for example, your basic skill will just every second shoot one single fireball, but then after we have linked the runes, your single fireball will now get an AoV effect, and now each one of your shots will shoot up to 5 fireballs, that each go to their unique direction and much more. Then also, if multiple skill runes are connected to one link rune, then a single link rune can empower multiple skill runes. So as you can tell, there is a massive potential of build and playstyle diversity. So then let's move over to the weapons, and as Undecember has no classes, so depending on which weapon you equip on your character, then you will be able to use different skills and abilities. The simple principle still applies, so if you want to be a mage/wizard, then go with the staffs that will give you the ability to shoot fireballs from the range. Then if you want to be a warrior/berserker, then go with the melee weapons and etc. At the start of the game, you will be able to choose from 3 different main weapons, but then right after you will be able to customize your build by buying and getting different and more specific weapons, like a secret scepter, axe, bow and much more. Each weapon has different stats and abilities, so at the start you're feel free to experiment, but I recommend to play again the tutorial part, where you get to use 3 different level 100 characters, and then see which skills and playstyles you like better, and then from that pick your main weapon category. So then while we are talking about builds, a huge part in Undecember is the gearing up process. Like per most RPG games, you will acquire gear through leveling and grinding, but additionally your armor and items can be further enchanted by using magic essences and other materials. The materials that you use for enchanting can be obtained by disassembling unused gear, which of course is a big part of these type of games, where you farm and grind monsters and dungeons to then salvage the less valuable gear to upgrade your existing equipment. So then let's move over to one of the last important game features, which is the zodiac system. So the zodiac is another way which will help you to improve and customize your character and the way you play. This is basically like your passive tree, which you can unlock and invest points to then help your character with the passive stats, like increased attack speed, different damage and resistance bonuses, and much more. When you open the zodiac menu, you can see the first category, which is located at the center of the zodiac, and this will offer 3 core attributes called strength, dexterity, and intelligence. Once your character stat reaches certain values, you will get access to various and improved gear. And then the second growth category is composed with smaller nodes, which can be activated with the trade points. These 2 categories are more commonly known as access, and they play a very crucial role for creating unique builds for your character. I have personally played a lot of RPG games, and at first, like always, it seems very complicated. But believe me, this game really takes the fun parts of the customization and makes it very easy and straightforward. And then on top of all this, we have our masteries, which is another customization option. But unlike the zodiac, after reaching big milestones, you will be able to select nodes that again will give you passive damage increases for your weapon, armor, or accessories. So then moving over to my last and final conclusions about this game. I played Undecember in the demo version, and now when it has released I played it even more. And these are my top reasons of why you should try this game out. So first of all, this game has by far one of the best graphics I have ever seen. Not only you will be able to experience high quality textures, but as well your character will change with each gear that you equip. The different cinematics, animations, and even shadows that you will be able to see will really make you engaged in the game itself, and you will really want to experience it as much as possible. Then as for the second reason, I never really thought that I would say this, but the in-game sound effects and the background music actually sounds very good, and unlike in other games where you want to listen to some random music while farming, but in Undecember I found myself just turning up the in-game volume and getting the full fantasy medieval RPG experience. Then my next reason for playing this game is the in-depth character customization. And when I say this, I don't mean just different systems like the masteries, zodiac runes, and etc, but as well you can make your character look and feel the way you want to play. Most ARPGs really like to overcomplicate things and give you 100 stats and then 20 different more tabs that you need to customize to get very little bonuses in return. But in Undecember, you still get all of that build diversity and customization without the hassle of wasting your time, but instead giving you few tabs that each are fully customizable, and each thing or tab that you will change will actually impact your gameplay. Then moving over to one of my last reasons, and it is that Undecember doesn't have any seasons, leagues, or cycle system. So this might be a personal preference, but it is really easy to get tired of having to play a game every few months or weeks and having your progress reset. But none of this will happen in Undecember, because you will continually get stronger and stronger, and the game will just add harder and harder content to defeat. So if you're like me that doesn't like to grind the game just to grind it all over again in few months, then this might be the game for you. So then for my next reason of why you should try this game out, and it is because of the cross-platform feature. So Undecember is available for PC and iOS and Android. And if you're ever busy on your PC, or it's not available, or maybe perhaps you're on a bus or traveling, then don't worry, because all of your progress gets saved, and you can easily pause your game on PC, then pull out your phone and continue playing. It really is that simple. And then for my last and final reason, and it is that Undecember is actually hard. So like I said at the start of this video, 90% of all players don't make it to the end game, and instead of giving you tutorials that are hours of long, this game will have a progressive gameplay. So at the start it will be a bit easier, but the further you will play, the harder it will get. And instead of giving you new content by resetting your progress, this game will just give you harder and more challenging dungeons to complete. So this might not be for everyone, but I really like this aspect of the game, and that's about it. So with that said, I really do appreciate everyone for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, feedback, or other good Undecember topics or guides that you would like to see in the next video, then feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below. If you're still watching and want to experience this game for yourself, then click the link in the description and download Undecember for free now. And of course, thanks to them for sponsoring this video. And then lastly, while you're doing that, please click like, subscribe, and enable that notification bell. So this way you could support the channel and you won't miss any more amazing content from me. With all this said, you have an amazing day and I will see you in my next video. So take it easy. Peace.